Hi, beautiful souls. So I thought I'd share a few words on listening today. And it's so easy when we speak to somebody and they have troubles to offer our advice or to share our experiences. And yet that's not always what the person requires. Even when listening to an animal, to a tree, to a plant, or the sun, planet, advice isn't what's needed. It's the sharing, it's the allowing somebody else to bear witness to that being's feelings, that being's experience, what they are experiencing in that moment. And when we do this, we help them to alchemize their experience instead of it being trapped again as feeling unheard. Often we look at something and we see that, it's hurt, it's hurting. And we think, we can't bear to be witness to something in pain or in suffering. And we want to fix it. And when we see the whole of life as divine and beautiful and perfect, and that there is this divine plan for everything, and that the soul returns time and again to experience different ways of being, and that sometimes something might seem like, gosh, why is it happening to that person? But maybe the soul wanted to learn whatever it is that they're experiencing in this lifetime. And so when you see it like that, it takes away the heaviness from the situation, and it allows more allowance in, because when we allow and when we are non-resistant, energy flows better. The frequencies and everything moves in a more beautiful way. And when somebody else is offering advice to another person or to another being when they are expressing themselves, even if that is just sitting in silence, looking at the table or with their head down, obviously showing that they are having troubles. When you sit with them, you allow that energy to move through. You allow the energy to flow, and then they feel more heard, even if they say nothing. Even if, like you're with a tree and you witness that somebody has broken off a branch and it's been crudely done, and you realize that that tree would not have been able to take its energy into its main trunk to bring back its energy, and that would have hurt at that time. And that's a tree. Everything has sentience. The trees, the hedgerows, the flowers. So listening really is an art. It's a beautiful gift that we can give others. It's a beautiful gift we can give every living thing on this planet. Just sitting with a rock and listening to the ages that it's experienced. Listen to what it is communicating to you. Because there's messages. We leave messages and things as well through time. It's beautiful. We are so multidimensional. We are so limitless, magnificent beings, and able to do so much. And it's in the simplicity and the clarity where we are able to help the most and be of greatest service. Life doesn't have to be complicated or convoluted. It can just be really, really peaceful, easy. And we make it so much harder. And the reason we make it harder is because we're living in ego. When we step away from ego and move into our heart space, everything is so much easier. So much easier. Listening becomes easier when you're listening from your heart. Honestly. You don't have to give opinions, advice. If people ask for it, that's different. But most of the time they don't. Most of the time they just want to offload. And hey, you don't have to listen to everything or everyone. You know, sometimes people only want to complain or only want to go over the same things time and time again. And when that happens, they're going to be perpetually looking for people to offload on, because they perpetually are staying in the same situation, because they keep creating that same situation. And I draw the line at listening to that. I don't listen to that. But for those that are actually interested in transformation, positive transformation, because we are supposed to have a joyful, beautiful, happy life, then that's a different story. And that's about unconditional love. That really is. That really is about unconditional love. It might not sound it. Or why wouldn't you listen to somebody that's always complaining about the same thing? But if I can't look after myself, how can I do the things that I need to do for the service to the collective, service to the planet, service to the animals, service to the natural kingdoms? If I don't look after myself, and I abandoned myself for many years, and not anymore. So when you listen to others, you don't have to give advice. All you have to do is just listen. You don't have to agree with them. You don't have to nod and say, oh yes, I agree. You don't have to do any of that. All you have to do is just listen, be really present to everything that they say. Just be aware of that. Care, don't carry any of the load. And just be present with them. Present. Listening does not have to involve words. Listening can be just standing with a tree, can be meditation in many ways. Listening can just be sitting with a dog, listening to them, letting the soul talk, hearing the soul helps to unblock things. And I send you lots of love, joy, peacefulness, and may we all be great listeners so that we can be kinder and more loving, more compassionate beings. God bless. Peace.